What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is and it's always a good day if we've got some new highly suspect music in our lives. The hard-rocking, blues-rocking band have dropped not one, but two brand new singles from their upcoming album titled MCID, which from what I understand with my in-depth research, aka one Google search, My Crew is Dope is what that acronym stands for, which might sound a little bit whack, but I think it's more so an ode to the fans, showing them that this album is for the fans. It's been about 3 years since this lovely record came out. The Boy Who Died Wolf, that was the follow-up to Mr. Asylum, once again getting Grammy nominated for a song off of this record that continued their streak. And what I like about Highly Suspect is that they're one of those rock bands that are still pretty popular, but they don't have a gimmick to them. I feel like so many people have something extra that's just trying to sell you on the fact that maybe their music's not that great, but they've got this going on. And this band, I never felt like their lead singer kind of fit in with the blues and rock and grungy vibe that he was giving off because he had blonde hair, he had the tattoos, but I also liked that he was kind of defying expectations. But now, as you can see, he's playing into that a little bit more, looking a little bit more fitting for this style of music. And the two new songs are titled 16 and Upperdrugs, and both of them work for different reasons. I'll start by talking about 16, but make sure you stay tuned to the end of the video because that's when I'm going to give my ratings. And if you enjoy the review today, then please drop a like on this video and consider subscribing to the channel. 16 is a track that seems very heartache-inducing in some ways. I listened to it once or twice and didn't quite pick up on all the lyrics, and then I started reading along and I was like, holy shit, he's actually talking about the fact that his partner had a baby with somebody else, it seems, and he found out because the color of the skin didn't match, obviously, what he and his partner would be giving birth to. That was just kind of terrifying to hear and actually realize. And I love the kind of choral chants that are going in the background of this one. It almost reminded me a bit of AWOL Nation's song Sail that was so famous, just in the sense that there's like a racing feeling to it. It feels very urgent, very like now, something ominous is happening. And that makes a good point to make the music actually feel brooding along with the lyrics, but it also feels like it's pushing into new territory ever so slightly for Highly Suspect. It does have elements of what they've done before, but I do love that they're not repeating themselves. And this song definitely hits like a lightning bolt in some ways, although I do have some reservations musically. I feel that the drumming on this track could have been a lot stronger. It just feels very standard, just kind of clickety-clacking along, which some songs do call for that, a more restrained performance, but I feel some more bombastic drums could have aided the song. And the guitars were also a little hesitant in places, a little bit too predictable, I suppose, which brings it down slightly, but still, I'm loving the vocals on this. I'm loving the direction that he's taking it because it is a very dark hole that we're slipping into. Then we move into the next single, Upperdrugs, and oh man, this is when they're firing on all cylinders. This is the Highly Suspect that I'm sure a lot of people were waiting for because this has a lot of meat on the bones. It's something that you instantly just kind of sink your teeth into. I love the meaty riff on this. I don't know why I keep talking about meat like it's a slab of food, but still, this Highly Suspect tune here to me really stood out because of its riveting guitars. I think the drum performance and even the bass work is more top-notch here, and also the vocals, once again, they feel intense. There's a little scream at the end of the track, which makes me think that this is going to fade into something else once we get the album. But the overall feeling that lingers with you is just like, oh my god, we're falling into this drug den because he's talking about uppers and downers. Obviously, Upperdrugs is the title of the song. He's talking about going and searching the streets, trying to get his fix. Where's it going to come from next? It reminded me of reading the Scar Tissue autobiography by Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the lead singer there, and just how he was always out scavenging the streets for drugs. And it's sad. Honestly, it's a little bit scary when you see any musician or anyone in this state, and hopefully he's not in a perpetual state of this. Maybe it's something that he's coming out of, writing from the experiences that he did have, but nonetheless, He really kills it on this song. Honestly, I don't know why I haven't drawn the comparison before, but on this track, Johnny Stevens, their lead vocalist, sounds a lot like Chris Cornell of Soundgarden fame, in my opinion. It's something that electrified and stood out to me. It immediately jumped off the page. The music came to life. And I think on the chorus in particular, that's when I'm really hearing that comparison come true. It's not an outright, oh, he's mimicking him, but still, if that's a comparison that I can draw and I feel that it's a compliment, then it's definitely a good thing. The guitar solo, the breakdown on this track is really, really sweet. I honestly love the finale to this tune. It really goes in a different direction than what I was initially expecting, but in a very good way. I was hoping that they would get to a climax like this, and they totally unleash. They didn't let off the gas pedal there, and they take us to the finish line, and then they just keep going. I thought the song was going to fade out maybe after the bridge, maybe one more chorus, but instead we get kind of an instrumental meltdown, and I love that we hit that stride. Overall, I am really enjoying both of these tracks. I'm pleasantly surprised in some ways because on the first listen, I don't know, I wasn't quite won over to 16. I did like Upperdrugs almost instantly, but still, these two songs are definitely worthy predecessors to the first two releases that they've had, their full-length albums. I feel that Album 3, MCID, is going to be really solid, if not great once again. I'm excited by Highly Suspect, and I really hope that they do continue their streak because they definitely spell good things for the genre of rock. And overall, for 16, I'm rating that a light 4 out of 5, and I'll throw a 4.5 out of 5 to that second track, Upperdrugs. I would love to know what you guys think. Chime in with any opinions you have on the new Highly Suspect tunes. They're back. Fire away down below, and let me know if there's other songs that you want me to cover on the channel. Don't forget to drop a like while you're here and subscribe for the love of music. If you haven't seen me talk about Highly Suspect before, it's because I've never done a dedicated video, but you can catch them in one of my year-end countdowns right over here, or catch another track review right here. Socials in the description, and I'll see you soon for more right here on Beyond ARTV.